We are currently living through the greatest intellectual collapse in human history, and most of you are just scrolling right past it. They're calling 2026 here in the UK the year of reading, but let's be for real. Slogans don't fix stupid. We've traded our attention spans for TikTok loops and our critical thinking for AI summaries. As an author, I wrote my book Legal Crime to explore how easily we lose our identity to peer pressure. I'm terrified because a population that doesn't read isn't just bored, they're dangerous. They're easy to manipulate, easy to tax, and easy to control.
Do you think that if you voice those opinions on a university campus, how would people react to you?
Can I say this on camera? I would get shot.
If you are one of the very few people left who actually wants to think for yourself, hit that subscribe button right now because we are building a community that actually values the brain. Seriously, hit that button right now because there are people out here who are trying to report my videos because I actually speak the truth. So I'm actually currently writing a new young adult dystopian fantasy. It's all about state control and the subtle ways in which the individual is erased. But here's the irony. I see people today wearing, you know what, protest t-shirts who couldn't tell you the difference between a free market and a breadline. Fiction isn't just entertainment. I actually see it as a kind of flight simulator for reality. When you stop reading fiction, you lose the ability to spot a tyrant before they take power. You think dystopia is just some far-off movie plot with neon lights and robots? No. Dystopia is what happens when you can no longer define words like freedom or sovereignty because you haven't read the books that built civilizations. If you don't read the classics, you won't recognize when the government starts using newspeak in real life. You'll think safety is more important than liberty simply because you haven't read the cautionary tales of what happens when you make that trade. Funny story, I went up to a bunch of students who are holding up signs saying don't debate fascists, and I asked them, what is a fascist? And none of them could tell me the answer, obviously. Pause the video right now and comment read if you think that our generation, my generation, is actually getting dumber. I want to see if the readers outnumber the scrollers in my comment section. I see non-fiction as your armor against bad ideas. If you don't read economics or history, you won't understand why free markets work or why individual liberty is so precious. You'll hear words like socialism and think that it just means fairness.
I think it's like equality for all, helping everyone else. It's like if you have enough, why not give to who doesn't have it?
How would you define capitalism?
Capitalism is evil.
When history, you know, the stuff in the books that people aren't actually reading, shows that it means the concentration of power in the hands of an unaccountable few. I'm happily reading how the global economy became a weapon of war, and that's about the sanctions that are currently in the world today.
So what do you think about socialism or capitalism? Which one would you prefer in a society?
I believe capitalism must be the groundwork of every society there is, and any economic system, to be prosperous at least, if that is their goal.
So do you think that your opinion is actually a rarity in central London, especially as a student?
I mean, I am a rarity because that is the reason behind that is because these people actually do not know the proper term of poverty, right? They haven't experienced poverty themselves because look at central London. It's a very prosperous place with big infrastructure, good hospitals, good buildings, etc. So they haven't really experienced what it is to live like in a socialist and a communist nation, right? So the reason you can voice your socialism views is because you live in a well-established capitalism society, which funds for your infrastructure, for your food, for your basic healthcare services, like the United Kingdom.
Let's get into the economics because this is where it actually hits your wallet. I believe that the individual is the smallest and most important minority, but you can't be a powerful individual if you are functionally illiterate. If you can't read a 50-page contract or a 500-page history of economic failures, you aren't a citizen. You're a client. You are a subject of the state. Socialism thrives on the uneducated. Why? Because it relies on you not understanding how wealth is actually created. It relies on you believing the lie that the state has its own money. It doesn't. It has your money. When the government reads the law to you, they tell you what they want you to hear. When we stop reading, we kill our human capital. We become a world of low-skilled consumers rather than high-value creators. That is the ultimate, well, legal crime, the title of my first book for a reason, though that isn't what it's about. It's a crime against the people to raise a generation of taxpayers that can't think for themselves. I started writing my novel when I was 7 years old, and I was, and still am, a major bookworm. I believe genuinely that reading and writing has got me to where I am today. If you agree that we need more economic literacy, give this video a like. It helps push the message past the censors who want to just keep people dependent. If you've made it this far, I want to tell you about a special offer that we have going on. You can get a personalized signed copy of my book Legal Crime from my website, and if you use the code Samiksha25, then you get 25% off. So what are you waiting for? So I'm going to be working with the National Literacy Trust, going into schools, talking to year 7s, and 11 and 12-year-olds are brilliant, but they're being sold a lie that ChatGPT is their best friend. I'll admit it, I've used AI to skim a long document too. We're all guilty. It's like a drug. But here's what I'm going to say. If you let a machine read for you, you're letting a corporation essentially think for you. AI doesn't give you the truth, it gives you the consensus. And in 2026, the consensus is usually whatever the state or big tech giants want it to be. If you can't read a book from start to finish, you lose the ability to hold a complex thought in your head. And if you can't hold a complex thought, you will always be a follower. You will never be the one writing the books, you'll just be the one that's being written about. If you have a younger sibling, a cousin, or a child, share this episode with them. They need to hear that reading isn't just something that you do at school. It is your only way to stay free in an AI-dominated world. The state of the debate is pretty grim. We are becoming a post-literate society. We are essentially moving backwards to a time where only the elites, the monks and the lords could read the texts. Today, the elites are the tech giants and the bureaucrats, and the peasants are the people who can't focus on a book for more than 5 minutes. We are essentially sleepwalking into the very state control that I'm actually writing about in my next book. Every book that you don't read is a victory for someone who wants to tell you how to live your life. Don't let them win. So here is your challenge. This year of reading, don't let it just be a government slogan. Make it a personal choice. Pick up a book that challenges you. If you're on the left, read some Hayek. If you're on the right, read the opposition, so you know exactly how to dismantle their arguments. Go check out my writing in the Substack in the link below. I'm going to be posting loads of updates there. You can also check out all of our articles written by me and our contributors on all of the trending topics, culture, politics, economics, you name it. Don't be a statistic, be a reader. I'm Samiksha, signing off. See you in the next episode.